Holy Rosary is a middle/elementary school in Flint, Michigan, and they serve children. They want to give them a good start to the faith life. So as a middle school, Holy Rosary does a lot for the kids. They even run a food pantry for the community, and they're a really small community, so they're always fundraising for people that are in need. Like when I went there, they were always doing fundraisers for everyone that had something going on with them, and that was really helpful, and it was such a blessing to see. For my capstone, I chose to go back to my old middle school, which was Holy Rosary, and it helped me grow in my faith a lot because I got to share it with kids in a way that I wish it was shared with me. The main thing I did was work with kids at Bible school and at theater club. In the summers, I'm a camp counselor at the Flint School of Performing Arts, so I love to work with kids, and I think I'm really good at it. So I really enjoyed working at Holy Rosary. But the big difference was that I got to talk about my faith openly, which I can't do at work, so that was really nice to talk about and spread the word of Jesus. So I got to spend time with Jesus and the kids, and I truly do see Jesus in all of these kids that I worked with, and they're all so sweet and open to learning about God. And I got to do fun science projects with the kid and relate it to Jesus. And there's really nothing better than seeing the kids get excited about like learning about Jesus and whatnot. There was one day that we balanced a bunch of books on this one piece of paper we rolled up, and it didn't crumble, and we got to compare it to like the strength that God gives us. As someone who struggles with my faith a lot, it really personally helped me to like see how much these kids really love Jesus, and it kind of took me back to when I was a kid and like how much I loved Jesus at that age, and it really it helped me grow in my faith a lot over the summer. Another thing that I got to do during capstone was I got to go back and visit the drama club at Holy Rosary, and I am someone who wants to go into education, specifically in the arts department, so it was really nice to be able to try to teach the kids about theater and singing and whatnot, and that really kind of confirmed my decision to go into education. One of the Catholic social teachings is called a family, community, and participation, and I believe that as Catholics, it's our duty to get out into the community and participate and help out in any way, and it's especially important to give the youth a nice foundation in faith, which is exactly what we did at Vacation Bible School, with just giving the kids a nice way to remember Jesus and teaching it to them in ways that they would understand, and we would sing Jesus songs with the kids and dance with them, and it was really nice to see how happy they were, and I feel like it's really important that all of us are trying to do that in any way that we can. If I had to give Holy Rosary a patron saint, I would give them St. Nicholas, just because St. Nicholas is the patron saint of children, and Holy Rosary is child-focused. I feel like every teacher at Holy Rosary, and as well as every staff member, really embodies St. Nicholas just because of how well they treat the children. I went to Holy Rosary. There were just so many amazing teachers and staff members that really changed my life and made sure I got off on the right foot going into high school. Rosary is such a small school that at one point you just kind of become a family, and I feel like St. Nicholas would be really proud of the way that the teachers and staff members act towards the children, just because they're so giving of their time and they're really dedicated to their jobs even when they don't have to be. The Bible verse that I chose to represent Holy Rosary in my time at capstone is Mark 10:13-16. People were bringing little children to Jesus for him to place his hands on them, but the disciples rebuked them. When Jesus saw this, he was indignant. He said to them, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these." This quote, I think, really represents Holy Rosary because a lot of people don't like being around children, but Holy Rosary is child-focused. So, everyone that works there is really good with kids, and they just try to make the best environment possible for children. I think one thing that everyone at Holy Rosary is really good at is being patient, which is what this Bible verse reminds me of. I feel like sometimes it's so easy to get angry at little kids just because they don't really know when they're being bad, but I feel like everyone at Holy Rosary really embodies this Bible verse and is very kind. So for my interview, I talked to my old choir director, Tony Avery. There's a picture of me in 6th grade with him and the Church of Holy Rosary. So he dedicates most of his time to Holy Rosary. He's there basically all day, every day. He plays piano at Sunday Mass, and he is the choir director there for the kids, and he also runs the theater program. I think that Tony Avery is such an amazing person because he dedicates so much of his time to give these children a an opportunity to grow with Jesus musically and to just have something to do after school, which would be the musical that they put on every year. Tony Avery has been such an inspiration to me because I want to become a teacher when I'm older, especially in the arts. So like I take so much away from him, like seeing how he works with the kids and how much he just dedicates to them and how much he truly loves his job. It really inspires me to want to do that in the future. Mr. Avery and a few other people at Holy Rosary also started up a $10,000 fundraiser for the music program at Holy Rosary. So they're trying to fundraise $10,000 so they can get some new instruments and some risers for the music room, and just so they can help out students who can't really afford to buy their own instrument. When I heard about this fundraiser, I was really moved because I've always been fortunate enough to have my parents be able to buy things for choir and my music classes. So like to hear that some children couldn't afford it, it really broke my heart. So I decided that that's what I wanted to help with for my capstone project. At first, I was really conflicted about what to do for my project. I tried a few things that didn't really work, and me and Mr. Avery bounced ideas off of each other, and we came to the conclusion that something that created passive income would be the best thing to do. I immediately knew that I wanted to do something to help with the $10,000 department fundraiser, just because the arts department at Holy Rosary gave me so much, and I just wanted to give back in any way I could. But I'm really busy and I don't have a lot of time, honestly, so I thought that it would be a good idea to make a donation box. So this donation box basically advertises the fundraiser for the kids, and it encourages to donate to the theater department at Holy Rosary. I also thought this was a really good idea because a lot of times people come to see the Holy Rosary musical and they want to donate, but they don't know how because they don't have donation boxes out or anything, or they don't have a sign that says like donate. So they usually just end up giving like a little tip to Mr. Avery. But I think that if we had a donation box, it will encourage people to donate when they come and see the show. Overall, I had a lot of fun making the box. I decorated it and everything, and I hope that this is something that Holy Rosary can use for at least a few years. Overall, I had so much fun being able to go back to my middle school and see everyone that really made an impact in my life when I was younger, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So thank you for listening to my capstone presentation.